Fellas, welcome back to the channel. How are we all doing? Hope everyone's doing well. Hope everyone is good. Welcome back to Warthunder Wednesdays. Yes, we are back 2 weeks in a row. Holy shit, consistency has returned on this channel. I am shocked. Thank you all very much for the love and support on the last video, by the way, and on the new F1 race review series that has done actually surprisingly well compared to what I thought it would. So I do appreciate all that. If you haven't seen that, I will link that at the end card in the video, and as well links to all my social stuff is down below. But today we are doing, again, the same formula with the replays, but I'm doing something different. I'm not doing one vehicle. I'm doing a lineup. My spading lineup I've been working through, and specifically 6.7 Germany. And why 6.7 Germany, you might ask? First of all, it's one of my favorite areas in the German tech tree, because not alone do you have, of course, all the Tigers. You can actually throw in the M109s if you want. You have the M41 for scouting. AA, you kind of have the roster 45, which is not a bad AA, to be fair. You can even throw in the Jag Panther if you want. The JPZ can fit in there. You have the Ferdinand, the Jag Tiger itself with the 128mm monster cannon on it. The 128, yeah. You've just got a nice versatility. And then I haven't even talked premiums. I have the SPLZ 12.3, that's from the Battle Pass. You have the Premium Tiger with the diesel engine. You have the Premium Command Panther, which the Jag Panthers are just amazing fun. If you own the Elephant, you can throw that in there. And I haven't even mentioned air-wise, 6.7. So you've got the ME262, the Narwhal with the 50mm cannon in there as well. You can get a TAN there, 152 for fighting other planes. Hell, you could even run the Arado jet bomber at 6.3, bringing in 6.7. Actually, very, very fun lineup. Just a lot of versatility, really, is what I think about 6.7 Germany. You could even bring the Schnell bomber if you wanted to as well. So, like, good versatility. And today I'm going to show you a couple of replays from my spading and how the games went. Some good, some bad, some bitter fights at the end. We actually have, just as I started this recording, we finished the Tiger 2 Porsche and the Jag Tiger. And we are currently working on the M41 Henschel and the 262 Narwhal. Then we're on to 7.0, and then I make a new batch of lineups for that. So we're actually getting very close to start spading the modern tier tanks. Which is really fun. So replay 1, this is a game I just played about maybe not even about 10-20 minutes ago. It's Finland. We got 5 kills, but it wasn't a bad game. It was me doing a lot of heavy lifting along with 2 other guys on my team, and just going to spawn in here. Going to speed this up just so we can move on. Because, as I say, it takes a second or two to... So, spawning in here, going with the Jag Tiger first. We are on the north side of the spawn, on this side of the map. We are against the Americans, Russians, Chinese, and British. And we have the Germans, Italy, Japanese, French, and Israelis on our team. Now, you can see their meta decision. I was going to go left and down towards Bravo, but I thought, no, I'm going to go Alpha. I like going Alpha on this side of the map because we can... let me just turn up the game sound slightly for you guys, because I feel like it's very quiet on my audio. That we can... I don't know. I like playing A more. I'm very particular with certain maps. I play certain sides, you know, differently. So the rest of my team is rushing down to the right, the lower flank. I am taking this little sniper ridge up here. There's already some early kills coming in from my team, which is quite nice. So we are moving up here. I love this rock specifically because you can cover your lower glasses very easily. So pulling in, our M18 is gone in already, or M41 I should say, sorry. Just trying to line up my gun sight, and then all of a sudden a ZTS 63 comes by, just a bit high on the shot, unfortunately, and I can't. He gets around the rock, but I think he does get killed, so unfortunately can't get him. There's one downside to this: there's a lot of trees in the way. Unless you spend your time shooting them out of the way with HE and that, no point really. I notice we have an overwhelming force of enemies pushing in on our friendlies gone in on the course, so there's literally no point in being here. We've pretty much overran A already, and any light tanks that. So I pull back because what I noticed with that spot in A, if you sit there and you try and provide some over sniper cover for your team, um, while they can push in that, a lot of them won't come around that house. It's that spot I go to just specifically cut off early rushers and light tanks, Hellcats, stuff like that. That you can just get rid of that are going to be a nuisance that go around to the ice and scout you and that. So we're going to move over towards Bravo side in that. I was looking at something else on my other monitor and proceeded to fail driving altogether. And as you can see, our team, there is an M109A. I seen him scouted. Obviously, in the replay, you can see them better, but I couldn't see where he was on the line, so you can see me having a look there. But our team, we've got a couple of tanks up on the hill peeking and sniping. We have a whole production, Tigers, and a looks like an Italian pizza delivery truck. One of them is just after taking a bad hit. And we haven't really made a break into Bravo, and the enemy team is capping it. So Bravo, like this side, is very open and exposed. So maybe taking a Yag Tiger down here was not the best idea, but hey ho, what can you do? So I'm going to push in. T92 is on there. I am looking for what is fighting, because I thought there was something on Bravo that the enemy artillery was fighting. Of course, I don't see the M50 on toes yet, or the T92. I just seen his gun barrel, missed him. There's an M46 Patton to my right, so there's a lot of tanks in front of me, but thankfully the Yag Tiger's armor is good enough to take it. So currently getting sprayed by some machine guns. Gonna pull back because I realized the M46, I'm kind of exposed. Just wiggling my armor, making sure I don't take any stupid hits. T92, I took a very weird shot there. I don't know why I didn't aim more left. We hit his engine and gunner and that, so he is badly wounded. He's hitting me with his 50 cal just to mark me. And I believe he's going to get finished off by one of my friendlies. I don't know why I didn't shoot more left. I just because I couldn't see with the thing. Now, he does nail my gunner, weirdly enough, which is annoying. And then he just get finished off by the... What killed him? M46. Our friendly M46 got him. Not on Bravo. I'm going to push up here to the right. There is a friendly Tiger that has over-pushed and gone past Bravo. So my right is slightly covered. Looking there, the Patton that was there was dead. So far, so good. Pushing up. Tiger 2 is keeping that flank covered. Little Fox over there. Didn't even know he was there that time. Tiger 2, I think, just finished off something there. Taking a lot of casualties, though, very early on, which is rough. So we're going to push up here, and then next thing, I'm going to go into the middle. Going to use this guy's carcass as a cover and see, because I did see something on the mini-map to my left, but then all of a sudden I get donked by something and didn't realize it was the M50 Ontos. I try to whiff a shot at him, miss. He sends a hail of bullets at me, knocks out my transmission. Yeah, and if I'd saved my shot, I could have killed him there. So not great gameplay for me there, if I'm being honest. So we're just going to sit here, repair. Just looking around me to my right, making sure nothing's sneaking up through that middle, because Alpha has actually fallen completely. T-44-100 donked me with a shot. Thankfully, the armor absorbs it. My cannon breech is slightly damaged. And then I start getting lit up by a BTR-88, and this is where my first mistake of this game was. Pushing with a Yag Tiger into that much of open space. And then I got donked by T-29. But pushing into an open space like that with the Yag Tiger with no cover around me or support and not having that Alpha side held down was a big mistake, to be honest. So sadly we died. Not a great start, to be honest. But we do pull it back a small bit. Just waiting to respawn in. I don't know what is up with the replay, as I did spawn in. There we go. Now we're into the Tiger 2 Porsche. Of course, you know it's the Porsche because it has the kind of rounded turret cheeks at the front compared to the flat of the Henschel. The difference in the turrets. I do like this lineup because, like I said, versatility, the tanks, everything. And these tanks, when played right, are very fun. The only downside, and I faced a lot of it last night, when I was playing them, if you get an up tier and you start facing the more modern, late Cold War tanks, it's rough, because them tanks have better armor, better guns, better everything. So I'm not going to take the sniper line there just because that Flak Panzer 341 was coming off it. I was just like, yeah, no, not going to do that. Checking to my right, make sure no one's hiding there. Okay, no one there. And then you can see on the marker, there's a T-92 sitting in this little alcove here on the left. And I just wanted you to watch this because, I don't know, my reaction times must be slow as shit, or this dude was definitely AFK. Or just not, like, looking at, or typing a message to his team or something. So, and then I swing around the corner, and then, oh, boom! He looked the wrong way, and bang, there goes a T-92. Yeah, got very lucky he was pointed the other way, because he easily could have taken me out. Now, I can see that Centurion, or that Conqueror has been marked. I know he's there. And I've seen him kill a tank, so I know he is there. And we're going to push up here, check into our left first. That BTR is still sitting in the middle, though, of the row between A and B. So he is a problem. So that's why I'm kind of watching left. I can hear his gun going off on my left the whole time, though. So the more I can hear that gun going off, the better. Swing up right, Conqueror Mark II. He knows I'm there. He's trying to reverse. Or he doesn't know I'm there. And then, boom. Make sure. I've just waited just to make sure I got that shot. Because that Conqueror, he gets that gun on me. It is good night, Cynthia. Not happening. Something else just gets absolutely donged in the background. BTR is the far side, but I can hear that. So I'm like, okay, he's engaged. Not too bad. And okay, not so bad so far. Checking to my left. Just waiting for the artillery to disappear because I don't want to get randomly arty through the top. Just checking down here because this is a usual spot a lot of the enemies come along. Making sure nothing's to my left. Because I was expecting like an enemy to push there. I didn't want to cap the circle just yet. My team has actually pushed in and started it. I'm joined in now. Get a bit of a stray from by a plane, so I am marked on the map now. I'm going to sit here for a second, watch this cap zone. And this obviously is the main road down from their spawn here. It's an F8F up. So zone's capped, and immediately turning my attention left because I've just noticed the BTR has killed the tank, our last friendly tank on Bravo. So we are in not great shape, but we're going to move over and try and clear Bravo because I feel like there's a few enemies there. Just again checking my right, seeing is there anything. Nothing showing, no one blowing me up instantly. We have a whole raid M41 with us, so that is actually decent for in terms of pushing on to this objective. I can see what it looks like a heavy and a light or medium. Can't tell it overlapped on the marker. And at the moment, like we fairly wiped through this team. You can see there's a lot of them. Not a lot of them up still, but there's a lot respawning. There's one just after respawn T26. And then I noticed there's two AAs there, and they've just wiped off the guy on Bravo. So I decide, right, they're definitely coming for Alpha. So I'm going to set up a little crossfire here, and just going to park here for a minute and wait and see does anything come. Because surely one or two guys should rush back to A and try and decap it. Charlie, we have one or two units over there. There's a heavy actually on top of our AA units, but we do have some strong tanks pushing over to Bravo, so should be able to deal with it. As it is, actually the heavy just died, so that's perfect timing. We don't have a lot of vehicles on the ground, and then my patience is rewarded with an M53-59. Wait for the shot, and nail him into the ammunition. He gets boomed. So, okay, that's one. So, I think there's definitely one or two more. And then I make a bit of a mistake here. There's definitely a misplay on my part. Should have sat and waited. Maybe pulled back a bit more. Probably because maybe that M53-59 pinged me on the map. That he knows where I am. And I push out, and a Carnarvon appears and destroys my turret ring and knocks out my gunner. Great. So, I tried to, like, mount him. And then you can't see it, but there is another tank there to the right, a PLZ-05, and I go boom. So not great, unfortunately. Unfortunately, not great. But we are back, and we are back with the Tiger 2 Henschel this time. And again, going to go over to Alpha's a PE8 up. Ooh, that's scary. So again, going to go to Alpha. I'm going to go to the player view here. Because Alpha's just fallen. We do have some tanks left around Bravo. And we have some more AAs spawned in. Like, this is pretty much... Now we're down to... Well, we have an M46 left. A 4070 Leopard. That's actually pretty good. A Yag Panther. Panther F just spawned in. Tiger H1. So we still have some decent tanks. They've got a Carnarvon left. They have a P8 up. PLZ is up. No, he's dead, actually. Oh, no. He is still up. There's a few up still. A Fox, a T-44 has just spawned. So they still have some tanks. But, like, again, this is what I mean. Like, these games, you might think, oh, this isn't a great game. But I had fun doing these. These are fun. These tanks are really fun to play. And this is what I'm trying to show here. And with a certain lineup like a 6-7-1, you can easily have so much versatility in different styles. So I know someone just capped A, so I'm going to sit here and just wait and see do they come rushing to our spawn, thinking that it's open, that we've all died on this flank. And just as I'm looking, he is moving, I can hear him. And then he should be, there is a guy that's going to appear down to our bottom. There's an AA going to come alongside me here in a second now. And he is actually going to help me kill this guy. So I look to my left. I'm not watching. And then if I was watching, PLZ05 is there. I level a shot into him just as the Zoroaster kills him. So he gets the kill. PLZ is down. That's actually a big gun gone off the field, which is quite nice. And we are going to back off, because we're probably been marked. And the reason I wanted to get out of here and not sit there for a minute or two and snipe A and see if any more reinforcements were there. He's already shooting at planes, and that is an immediate target for two of us sitting there. Any cast plane with bombs sees a Tiger 2 and him sitting there, they're just going to spam the bombs. Even if it means ramming their plane into the ground to get the bombs off, they're going to do it. So I'm like, I'm out of here. So again, just checking around, kind of checking my surroundings, because as I say, we are definitely down units, but they don't have a lot left. Another T-44 just spawned. F6, F5 is up. They have a Fox left. A Zis-12 just spawned. The Russian milk truck is in at 6-7 for some reason. Nice lineup, dude. Check to my left. Didn't do it early enough. I would be dead there. My AA is shooting down the trees. For some reason, I don't know why. And you see that Carnarvon that's marked there on my left? Just I want you guys to watch this moment. How I don't die here is beyond me. I'm looking left and I see him like, oh shit, Carnarvon. I'm spamming turn. This dude was 100% AFK. Whiffs it into my top armor and then just plays the shot perfectly, knock his crew out. Enemy plane just decides to fucking fly into the alpha point for some reason, and we are going to push on up. I don't know how that Carnarvon, he must have been AFK or looking at his other monitor or something, that he just definitely just did not see me, which is amazing. I'm actually really impressed that he did not see me. So we're going to push on up. We are capping the zone because we're actually getting Bravo back, even though there's an enemy AA there. Charlie's lost, but there's two tanks pushing that way. So we could actually win this game. Like, this is a tight enough battle. It's tooth and nail here. That we have probably the advantage in tanks. But like if one or two more allies die and they're out of the game, yeah, it's over. So again, just going to sit here and I'm watching this road because I'm expecting something to appear and run down here. And there it is, a Rattle 20. I see him early, see him too late. Reaction time's a bit slow there. Didn't take the shot. So I'm waiting. What I'm doing here is just trying to angle the tank to like up the armor. So I'm angling, just trying to ram it in. The Rattle's taking the long way around. I'm just waiting. I could shoot that tree out of the way, but that'd be dumb right now. Is by the time I'd shoot, he comes around. I might never reload it, so I could lose a kill. As you can see, he's right there on the marker. I thought he was taking the inner road and he was going to come like straight in front of me. So that's why I'm kind of like waiting for him. I look out and then he appears. Boop. And he's dead. And that is game. That is game one. Not a bad first game. We finished with... I just pause it for a second. We finished with 5 kills, 1 cap, or 1, what's that? That's assist, isn't it? 1 assist and 3 caps, 2 deaths. So positive, and we did a lot of heavy lifting. In fairness, the top 5 players in our team, top 4 really, did a lot of heavy lifting to win us that game. So pretty damn good. So you can see the 6-7 lineup, and that's without all the other bits, because I'm just spading these 6-7s. Very strong, especially if it's played right. So I'm going to hop over to game 2, and I'll see you guys there. Alrighty, we are in game 2. This is a game actually I played last night. We were on Sylvester 13. And again, we're doing the 6-7 lineup. We are with just the Americans and we're against British, Japanese, French and Russian tanks. So this is a up tier game, I do believe, because there's T-54E2s in here. PZH 2000s is 7.7. So we're at least 7.7 minimum. Are we? I think yeah, geez, we got a massive up tier here. We got full up tier in this. Love it, Gaijin. So we're starting on the Yag Tiger again, and we're moving over to the alpha side of the map. And this game just started out a bit slow, but we kind of turned it around. I can't even remember how we finished in the end. So moving up to alpha, having a look. What am I doing? Okay, he just got nailed, and I'm blind as a bat. I don't see him because he's behind the edge. I do see him, but it's very late when I see that AMX 50. So moving up to alpha, I'm going to try and use well, it's somewhat speed in the Yag Tiger, but I'm also going to try and use it as a big German bunker just to sit on alpha and cap. I look to the left. This guy is already zeroing me, and I can tell he's definitely reloading his magazine. He is the autoloader, he does. My idea here was to go and sit on alpha. Pushing through. Again, I'm looking in all the wrong places. But I like this though. I'm kind of like analysing my gameplay with you. So it's kind of fun actually to do. So looking to my left, I'm going to pull back to the edge of the cap zone just so I'm not overexposing myself. I'm not watching the big open hill in front of me yet. And then boom, there he is. If I had that shell aimed a slight bit higher, I would have got him into the turret and definitely killed him. So he knocked out my gunner, my loader. And then he tracks me because I was wiggling to keep my armor stronger. Because if you wiggle like this constantly back and forth while he's firing at you, you can see I'm waiting, and then he gets nailed. Thankfully, thank God, whoever killed him is a legend on my team. And the reason I do that is because, especially with the Yag Tiger, with a casemate tank destroyer, you wiggle like that. As you're wiggling, their shell, like they could have tried to hit a weak point, but as you turn, the weak point's armor goes up to like 500 millimeters, and the shell just ricochets off. So again, another one where it's just not too bad. Not a bad start. We got the cap. Should have had that kill though. If I aimed a slight bit higher, that shell would have landed clean into his turret and definitely killed the crew. You can see where he penned me actually. Clean into the mantlets, the two holes either side. I wanted to try and hide them. That's why I was wiggling. Because something like an AMX 50, especially in an full up tier, like the Yag Tiger's armor, it gets absolutely shoot through, which is the downside to it, especially if it gets up tier. I suppose it is the major downside to this 6-7 lineup with Germany, in that when you get up tiered and you face a lot of the Cold War, late war tanks that are just a lot stronger than it, it just doesn't perform. Now you get a down tier if you're lucky. God damn, it does perform. So I'm just kind of watching the spawn road from their base. There is a guy on the very corner of the map. But he is being held up by one of our friendly destroyers, so I'm not too worried about him. Again, hoping that someone would have rushed in, but again, a lot of people don't play alpha on this side of the map. Everyone on Sylvester 13 just plays Bravo and Charlie. They just want to fight in the streets, which I can get, but I also don't, because like it is a lot more fun playing out here. Oh, excuse me, I'm so sorry. I do not mean to yawn in my videos, but we do, because I'm tired. I was up early this morning to watch the race that I reviewed on Sunday. But I'm recording this on Sunday. Anyways, time. So I'm going to push over to Bravo because we just literally lost every single one of our tanks. As we're pushing in, I don't know. I'm thinking left. I'm thinking right. I'm being indecisive. Left, right, right. Again, a lot of indecisiveness there from me personally. But we're gonna push on up and see what we can do. See if we can clear Bravo out. And the reason I decided right in the end is that I'm going to swing round and try and, you know, they expect me to come from the left side so that they won't think I'm here on the right, and then I can surprise them, hopefully. So I have a rough idea. I've seen the markers. There are two guys there to my right. So that's why I'm already in. I'm in the zoomed in view. I'm already looking, trying to see. Can I see anything? Gun is bouncing all over the place. Go to the binos, and then this is just some embarrassing gameplay. Why I didn't just overview the shot in the T-44 is beyond me. And then I thought he had seen me, but he hadn't. And he's just ran through the middle of the buildings. And instead of going to Cap Bravo, Ace here decides to make the amazing idea of chasing down a T-44 in a Yag Tiger. I'm not joking you. This is gameplay. This is my gameplay. Yeah, I decided to chase down T-44 because he's going to the hill. I'll be able to get the kill. Oh, swing. And then I had a weird glitch where my gun wouldn't aim for some reason. I was moving the mouse up. The gun would not move up. And he's gone. You know how infuriating that was? Oh, but lucky me, a juicy IS-2 just drove by. Wait for it. Lovely, right into the back, crew dead. Nice. We got the kill. We got a kill though. Didn't get the kill I wanted. At this point, I'm like, do you know what? Screw Bravo. And this is a complete and utter mistake. What was going through my head here was beyond me. I'm like, screw Bravo. I'm gonna push over to Alpha, up this steep hill, in like a 60-ton Yag Tiger or 80-ton Yag Tiger, whatever the hell this thing weighed. Yeah. And instead of going like slanted that I can make it quicker, I decide to drive straight up it. You know, I really wonder, and when you guys are watching this, I really want you to think like, am I don't understand myself sometimes I play that. Also, there's an AMX to my left there on the road that I haven't even, or not even an AMX, a Lorraine 40T, I haven't even seen. And I've just exposed my side to him pushing up. And then all of a sudden, a wild EBR appears. I was like, oh shit. Now he is getting lit the fuck up. And I'm like, ooh, juicy kill. Completely forgetting there's a Lorraine beside me. And then my gun does this glitch again. And get the kill anyways. Nice. I think the Lorraine gets me then. Rough. Not the best, I won't lie. So just gonna fast forward here till we respawn. Right now we are in dire straits here. This game has pretty much gone down the shitter. We're down 1, 2, 3, 2, 4, 6, 8 players to their 1. And a lot of them have respawns. Yeah, we're in screwed. So back in the Tiger 2 Porsche, 2 T-44s. I don't have the other guy spotted, but I know this guy's here. So I'm going to wait, take my shot. He actually decides to turn, which gives me a lovely shot on the back of his turret basket with his ammo, which was brilliant. So I am learning sometimes just to be patient, to make sure I get kill shots on certain things, which is quite handy. But at this point, I'm going to try and make a late push for either Alpha or Bravo. Moving over towards Bravo because I feel like Alpha's just not overrun, but more of a death sentence to push up there. And then I just do some very stupid driving maneuvers when I could have kept going, get my speed up. And we are cresting a very dangerous hill. You know, looking back on this gameplay, I made a lot of mistakes. But hopefully doing this for a Warthunder Wednesday is kind of analysing my gameplay while I was spading might help me get better at these tanks. Looking to my left because there's a lot of guys in the thing, and there I have a clear shot on that Soma earlier and I did not see that, and I could see him and now I can't see him, so I didn't take the shot. But I didn't take the shot in the first place. I'm roughly guessing this too, by the way, and you see I'm like, I can see the marker, and then if I'd waited 2 seconds by binos I would have seen him. M98 to my left, and then oh shit, that's an AMX M4 to my right. I haven't seen him because I start looking at this guy, and for some reason I shoot the gunner and not the rest of the crew in the back, and then I got nailed by the AMX M4 that was there. So yeah, pretty bad. Gonna fast forward here. Oh, I mean to do that. But as you see, we nail a Soma SM off the spawn. We're in the Tiger 2 Henschel now. I fast forwarded a bit extra by accident. My apologies. And we're going to push over here because I want to get him out of the cap zone. Keep pushing him. And then this is ZSU. Teammate nails him. That's fine. I think we get the assist for that. Bit of a lag there. But we are going to push up because there is a lot of enemies over this side That ZSU is pretty deadly. So he would be one to get rid of, but I don't. There's a lot of enemies to my left, kind of sitting in the spawn, and then I notice he's coming. Get rid of him. Lovely shot because he was looking at me. Once he started lighting me up, I was dead. By the way, them new gun sounds they added on the more crunchiness on the guns. So good. Chef's kiss. And then finally, we're going to push up here. This is the last pretty much act of the battle. There's an AMX over. That AMX is over there. And then look who reappears. The TPK we couldn't kill earlier. And I was set on getting this kill. Hit him in there. And then, yeah, just machine gunned him to death. And that's pretty much the last act of this battle. At this stage, I was literally just using the markers that it gives you, you know, when they push into your enemy spawn. To your spawn, just to try and kill as many as I could. Because this game was lost. So it was basically, how many of these guys can I take with me? T-44 is obviously well out of range. 109 is there. There's an IS-3 to my left. Now that's scary, especially playing in a Tiger 2. I'm not keeping attention to my right, and then I get nailed by the 109. Nothing you can do about it, and that is the final act of that game. We finished that game third again on our team, so 2 thirds, not too bad. 5 kills again, 1 assist, a cap, and 3 deaths, so positive KD. And only 4 of us got over 2k score in that game, so not too bad. Anyways, I am going to jump over to the third and final replay of this video, and I'll see you guys there. Rightio, we are on our final match of this video, and we are in Hurricane Forest against Russia, Japan, China, Italy, France, and we have America, Britain, Sweden, and Israel on our side. Now, we do get stomped in this game, but I like this game because, I don't know, I just kept going and fighting on to the end. You guys can let me know, because I'm curious, like, I'm doing this new format, and obviously maybe next week's video or the week after, I might go back to just reviewing single individual ones. But like I said in the last video, if you guys even want to send in replays, if you want to send even my my business Gmail is linked below. If you send me in replays to view, I'll happily review your guys' gameplay. I think it'd be cool to do. So again, as you can see here, the reason I'm machine gunning these guys is these light tanks sped up and didn't wait for the heavies to, you know, get some points. So that was a bit of a shame. But again, Hurricane Forest on the traditional A, B, and C and around the town. I'm not going to go down the mid road because it's just heavy brawl central. And the Tiger 2 Porsche with the weak kind of cheeks, you're going to get absolutely just demolished and it's going to be annoying. So we're going to keep pushing up. And there is a Type 75 MLRS absolutely just flying up here. I stop here because I was like, okay, you know, I'm going to watch, see is there anything crossing, and then not looking, and then all of a sudden, I missed the BTR actually, that's way out there, and then all of a sudden, I kind of saw some engine smoke. I was like, oh, and then boom, T-44, he whiffs, I whiff. Try and machine gun his track. He stops for some reason. I'm turning, just wiggling my turret, and then just place the shot, kill his entire crew nicely. And then all of a sudden, there's a Type 75 out of the corner of my eye. And then he just obviously didn't see me, so he just drives on. So I set him on fire, and he gets finished off by a friendly enemy. So not bad. Decent start, clearing out some enemies on Charlie. Majority of our force is just making it to Alpha, but they're hitting some roadblocks in the middle. So my idea here was, I was going to go to Charlie, clear it, try and clear it, and then lock it down, and then try and fire into the middle of the road and clear out some more of the enemies there. Didn't go well. I just say that. But the whole point of this is, even though some of these games I played maybe mediocre, made some mistakes, or we got stomped, I still had fun. These vehicles are just so much fun to play, and I do thoroughly enjoy 6-7 Germany. And when I'm done spading, I'm making a full 6-7 lineup. All the premiums, all the planes, everything. It's just a fun lineup to me. I love it. I think it's one of my favorite lineups. It's up there with like the 3-3 to 4-7 Germany range. Like there's, I think, some of Germany's best vehicles in the game. But I think 6-7 is my favorite so far in terms of lineup. So not out the wide side to look at. I did start the decap just to stop the ticket bleed. Big Russian gun just goes off to my left there, checking right, making sure nothing's there. Looking in, I actually didn't see the IS-6 in the smoke. There's an IS-2 to my right, didn't check. Getting lit up by the Japanese AA, the Sub I-2. Send a shot flying, and I get sent into another dimension. And the reason I exploded so much is because I had just researched APCR, and when you research a new round like that and you forget to take all the ammo that it gives your tank when you research it, you get that. Hold on, where am I gone? Yeah, there we are, back in the Yag Tiger. Oh yeah, so this was fun. I actually kind of sped ahead of where I was. So I'd spawned, gone up the road a bit from my spawn. As you can see, I'm barely up. And there was a whole reproduction sitting out here. As in, like, this dude is just sitting out here, chilling. And I was just like, okay. And then we just entered a titanic battle of behemoths. So, first shot lands a bit short of him. And he had actually been marked by one of my other friendlies that was fighting him, that he just killed. You can see where the skull is blinking. He lobs his first shell shot. Now, this is a battle of the behemoths. Like, this is two monster tank destroyers at this tier. I'm waiting to land that shot right on his mantlet. His second shot goes completely under me. Send it. And as you can see, it goes under. I think hits the ammunition and detonates him. Don't know how I got that kill. Don't know, did it go through him? Did it go under him? Kill cam was very weird. Yeah. A bit of an odd one, that, now. I cannot lie. So, again, I have a lot of tanks on Alpha and in the middle, so I'm going to go support Charlie. And then, is there... Oh, there was a second Hori out there. I thought there was on the map. I just didn't look at it. So we're pushing up. There's some nasty tanks up. There's an AMX-50 Foch up there as well too. Like, they still have some nasty tanks in there. What's still left? Like, they have an IL-2 up. Oh, AMX-50. You know, Hori just got nuked. AML-9 just spawned in. M4A1 Scout tank just spawned in. There's a few. There's only 4 players dead in their team fully compared to R2. So we're not doing too bad at this stage. This stage, I still had hope we'd win this game. So pushing up, checking all the obvious spots straight ahead of me, just keeping an eye on where enemies might be sitting, especially when I see them on the minimap. Definitely going to try and hit the Alpha. Now, there's an IS-6 after coming back in, so that's a problem. And then, as I'm pushing up here, this AMX-50 Foch was just sitting in a certain spot, and I come across him, and yeah, there it is. I see him. And then I make a great decision, because I'm pretty sure his cannon barrel is out here. You'll see it here, yeah. To shoot the mantlet. Whereas, if you see that, like, wide bit that's just above his tank, if I had taken the second to stop and aim, because you can see here, his cannon barrel is clearly blown out. And he's tracked or damaged, or he's repairing. And then I get nailed in the side by a SU-100P that is sitting a country mile out there. My second shot up for the mantlet and where the front prayed his angle. Don't ask me what I'm thinking. I was over depending on the fact that the 272 millimeters of penetration on the Panzergranat would do it, and this SU-100P has caused me massive issues again. And now an IS-6 is firing at me. And I absolutely whiff on him, but he did the smart thing, he was wiggling his turret. I'm getting nailed by an SU-100P, AMX-50 Foch. I'm tracked. I have an IS-6. Thankfully, the IS-6 gets bombed, so he's gone. But the 50 Foch is still up, and this is just very bad. This is just not how you play a Yag Tiger. I should have sat back, but nope. So he pushes up again, and I finally take my time, and just before I could launch shell, and it had it sent, I got nailed by an off F1. Yeah, that was pretty painful. I can't lie, boys. That was painful, to say the least. But we are back again. As I say, this is what I mean. Shooting at a plane that came low over our spawn. If I can get a lucky pilot snipe. Unfortunately, not. But this is what I mean, though. Even if you get 1 to 2 kills, like with this lineup, around 6-7, you can still keep coming back with... You know, I died with a Tiger, bringing a Yag Tiger. Okay, died there, bringing a Yag Panther. Died, I have another Tiger. You've such like a versatile tool belt, I find, in this lineup. And I do love it. I do quite enjoy 6-7 Germany. It's definitely one of my favorites. And like, these guns are so good. You know where to shoot with these guns. Like, and know where to place your shots. They're brilliant. Like, the German guns are really good in this game. They just, if you know how to use them. Someone just went boom into high heaven over there, and pushing back to Charlie because we have Alpha locked down. There's a heavy in the middle. At this stage, we're 4-4 on deaths, and it's just, we're in a rough spot. And then look who's here still, the AMX-50 Foch. Now, I have a very bad angle side shot, but thankfully the round goes through, knocks out his engine, his track, sets him on fire. And then I aimed for the welds. Don't ask me why I took this shot. Hit him, didn't shrapnel in. You noticing what I should be shooting at? You can see it from a country mile here. Send another shot, ricochets off. And eventually then I scouted, I was like, oh, the big piece here, yeah? And lob the shell. I'm taking my time, place it. Drive that into the gun mantlet. Thankfully, he was still under repair for so long. He aims, he moves. I take a shell. Into the, yeah. No. And there's a helicopter in. Now, this is the other thing. See, you're facing helicopters with very early on guided rockets and missiles. Yeah, not fun. And we have a missing turret ring. And we are surrounded. And I'm pretty much, aside from that scimitar, which I don't even know where he is, we're the only guy in the ground at the moment. Everyone is planes. We have an F-90 up, F-190 up, an F-82E. We have a Ju-87. We have an Arado. The 50 Foch is still here. So even with a busted turret ring, I'm going to go for it. I want him gone. I line it up. And we get the kill shot. That's all I had to do. If I took my time with the Ag Tiger, that Foch would have been dead and he wouldn't have done as much damage as he did to my team. So that's completely my fault, but a mistake. I'll know where to shoot the Foch from now on. Now I have a problem. I have a damaged turret ring. I don't have time to repair. And now I'm relying on moving the tank because I can't rotate my turret. Because the Foch donked his shot into my turret ring. Thankfully my turret ring absorbed all of that. There's an SU-100P absolutely harassing the shit out of me right now. And as I'm moving my turret, I forget that I can't turn it. So, you know, I whiff a shot in an IS-2. And we are just, yeah, this is a fight to the bitter end again. But I think what I should have done here is pulled back fully a bit and then repaired it and pushed up. Because not having the turret ring be able to turn is rough. This is basically turned this thing into a casemate tank destroyer, really. And we don't have a lot left. Panther F just gets nailed. We've 3 people in planes and I'm the only guy in the ground. So I'm the lone survivor here. At this stage, I'm just desperate to get a cap, try and stop the ticket bleeds. There's not much more I can do. I'm badly wounded. I could have repaired actually by now. Especially that bomb just going off. I could have sat back at that house just there and repaired and moved up here. One of our friendlies is back in a Yike Panther, so that's a nice addition to go back onto the field. In the G1 variant. And we are going to push up to Alpha. And then I think what happened here is I just got desperate, you know, to get the cap, get some points on the board. There's a lot of, there's a Lorraine 40T to my right, and there's an IS-2 right in front of me that I don't see because of the burning carcass he placed in front of me. He nails me, knocks out my transmission. That's GG. Can't even turn the tank. I just accepted my fate. I just waited for the next round to come. I was magically hoping the turret ring would be, you know, fixed, and I decided to start repairing now. There we go. That's death. Unfortunately, the Rain 40T from out the way knocks me out. I think I spawned back in one more time. Yeah. The German M41 gonna make a final desperate rush to the cap and see can I turn this game around. I know well I can't. But just something a little fun. See, watching the right, because I did see some markers go out there, but this is game over. Like, I probably should have just not even wasted the repair cost on this M41. Like, at this stage, we have what? Oh, T-34 just spawned. We have a Spitfire and a Rado up. Get a scout on the IS-2 there, which was quite nice. So we do have something. We have 2 guys still out of spawn. Try to get another scout. An M109G up. Not the best, not the worst. Someone just got nailed. You hear the guns going off. And of course, this thing only has the APCR because it's not spaded as much. IS2, I get Scout on him, and then I forget that APCR can barely pen an IS2's side, which was very interesting. Thought I'd get through the side of his turret, and then I start getting lit up by, what was that, a Pong Kong T-34. Thankfully, the Spitfire kills him, which was nice. Like, at this stage, they've only an IS-2, an IS-2 1944, an F4U, and an M47 up. Like, this game was somewhat winnable. We just had to get the cap. And then I saw the M47, my turret ring's gone again, and I make the mistake of trying to kill him, not realize him, and I'm in the open, and I get nuked. And that's pretty much game for tickets. That game could have won, because we could have easily taken over, like, cap, stop the ticket bleed, and, like, they didn't have much left. Few guys that had lost their vehicles and spawning, but we probably would have just lost on general ticket bleed. So, I'm going to go back to the hangar and give my final thoughts. So there we have it, 6-7 Germany. Not at its full strength though. This is only the one that's a spin. Like I stated and started this video, I'm missing, adding in, like I say, the M109, the... Hell, you could run a Panther if you want, the Jagd Panther, the AA, what else? You're missing the premiums like the Diesel Tiger, the SPZ, the Jagd Panther. I wouldn't bring that, to be honest. If you have the Elephant, you could easily bring all of them. And as I say, it's also missing the Jet Bomber. Yeah, you could bring the 6.3 Ta, and I'd even bring the Heinkel if you wanted to bring a big heavy bomber. And then if you have the Schnell Bomber, or even the Grief, you bring a lot of these. Like, you can make a nice big lineup of just chunky big boys and a lot of good guns and some good, like, in-between stuff as well, like the M41. But I will say, if you're grinding German tech tree and you're at maybe like 5-0 or something, keep going, get to 6-7. I find it very fun. 6-7 could be divisive for some people, I find, because people complain your World War II tanks face late Cold War stuff, maybe early modern stuff, can be a bit annoying. But if you get down tier, you can dominate. But I find if you know how to use the tanks, where to shoot, all that stuff, you can definitely dominate in it. So, I don't know. Let me know in the comments what you think. What do you think of the state of 6-7 at the moment in terms of all the nations? What do you think of Germany 6-7? And of course, if you have any replays you'd like to even send me for me to review, I'd be happy to review them. My email is down below, so if you want to send them to me on that. And yeah, thank you very much for watching this Warthunder Wednesday. It's slightly different again, but I like the difference in it. Next week maybe, or the week after, when whenever I'm doing the next video, I think I'll go back to maybe doing a vehicle, so we might pick a vehicle from another nation. And yeah, as I say, just love 6-7 Germany. Find it fun. I don't actually find myself getting mad dying to these. Sometimes the Cold War stuff can be a bit bullshit to die to, but look, that's what you get with these battle ratings. I mean, if you put the Jagd Tiger down into here, it's going to be facing Shermans that can barely penetrate unless like 5 of them drive around the back of it. So, you know, it's a balancing act. But enjoyed it. I think it's a fun lineup. Enjoying Spade in it. So yeah, I hope you guys did too. And if you made it this far in the video, thank you very much. I really do appreciate you. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and comment, and all that good stuff. Turn on the notification bell as well. Links below to everything, and there'll be links in the end cards to my previous videos and my playlist. If you missed any episodes, feel free to go check that out. And yeah, with that being said, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace!
Gosta de fazer orgia, essa novinha que tá na volanda. Gosta de fazer orgia, você tá em cima da piroca 24 horas por dia. Ela é delicada, você manda tudo.